Welcome back, Seekers of Truth. I'm your host, Dave.
And I'm your host, Ant-Man. And last time, we talked about a mountain of stone humming with forgotten frequencies, and a genius in the 1900s turning it into something ancient. But if the pyramids were power plants, and if ancient sites were transmitters, where was the signal meant to go? What if there was another place, a land hidden beneath the waves, a continent lost to history or time even? Let's dive deeper into the history of Zealandia, or a lot of people like to mention it as Atlantis. You want to take it away, buddy?
So, let's really talk about Atlantis here for a moment. This is a legendary, kind of island civilization that was described by Plato in his dialogue. Now, oftentimes it's depicted as like this powerful and advanced civilization that ultimately sank into the ocean. How? That's beyond me, but...
The tale of the mighty empire with advanced, beautiful, but a doomed civilization that vanished beneath the sea.
Pretty much, yeah. And part of Atlantis that kind of lures me into this, it does really fit in line with the whole lost continent of Zealandia that scientists recently... You think about it, if Atlantis did actually exist way back then, the real question would be, did they help other civilizations in creating certain things? Pyramids? That would definitely make sense, yeah.
How advanced are we talking? Like, Aquaman type style, you know?
We don't know, man. That's the entire thing. We don't know. We really have no idea how advanced the civilization could have been. And according to Plato, right, it existed around 9600 BC. That's like 9,000 years before the time of Greek philosopher.
It proposed
So
remarkable technology, vast wealth, and a society that, according to legend, grew to power, but too powerful. And the gods, it said, sank it below the ocean in a single day and night. Yeah, so could this be so the Roman Empire? Like, could that have been like the basically like the Roman Empire in a sense of that time? But how the Roman Empire fell was because they got too greedy and too proud of themselves, and they just caused a civil war against each other. You know, could that be something?
Of like ancient advanced civilizations waging war on each other? Is that the connection you're trying to make?
Well, like a connection of of Atlantis acting like the Romans, you know? Or basically that
being like too set on conquering?
They were the Romans of that time period. That's basically...
It's definitely possible, but really we don't have any information other than myths and tales and stories and stuff like that. We don't have any concrete, factual information about it.
I wonder how Plato even even mentioned it, or how he just thought about jotting that down, and how it just came to his mind. Basically, was he looking out in the ocean one day, saw some civilization island type stuff?
Well, it was 9,000 years before Plato's time. Maybe he thought of it, or he got word of it from some other source, you know?
Yeah, no, for sure. So fast forwarding to 2017, a team of geologists makes a bold announcement. A continent, and yes, an entire continent, has been hidden beneath our oceans for millions of years. And they're calling it Zealandia, you know, because it's underneath New Zealand. Pretty funny.
So supposedly, Plato had heard the legend from his grandfather, who had apparently learned it from an Athenian statesman. In turn, Solon reportedly heard it from Egyptian priests. So that's a connection to the Egyptians right there, which is kind of wild.
Plato and Atlantis are connected with the Egyptians and stuff?
Yeah, in a way, because so Plato, basically by extension through the Athenian statesman Solon and Plato's grandfather, who wrote about the story of Atlantis, but originally had heard about it from, by extension, 2 times, the Egyptian priests. Because that's the Athenian statesman Solon heard it from the Egyptian priests. And his grandfather heard it from Solon, which in turn told Plato.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and,
right?
Solon, he's a famous Athenian lawmaker and poet who traveled to Egypt. Solon allegedly met with priests in the city of Sais, who told him about Atlantis. They claimed, "Your people remember only one flood, but there have been many. You are like children, knowing nothing of old times, but in the deep past, there was a great empire across the sea, Atlantis. And Salone stunned and shocked the entire country of Greece.
Yo, so apparently in Egypt, that whole story of Atlantis was transmitted orally over several generations through the family of Drapides. I don't know how to say that.
So this sunken landmass is larger than India, stretching from New Zealand to New Caldera. But basically it's like stretching from like the tippy top of Australia, all of New Zealand pretty much, but it's basically bigger than New Zealand, Australia, and India combined.
Okay, so
like that is pretty big.
You're talking about the continent of Zealandia being that big?
Yeah.
How big again?
So it's like they say it merges. Not merges, but if you think of India and Australia and New Zealand combined together in one continent, that's what they describe Zealandia as.
That's pretty big.
I'm trying to picture of how big that is. Like comparing like Russia and China, and then the United States and Canada, one of the four biggest like countries.
Yeah, no, I hear what you're saying. So it wasn't transmitted over several generations orally in Egypt, but supposedly is through a family in Athens. So it reached a certain language and a dialogue speaker. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's very interesting.
Oh, so
maybe it is a legitimate thing.
So wait, were you saying that a dialogue speaker was the one that transcribed?
No. So
these messages.
So it was heard by someone in Egypt, right? And it was transmitted orally over through the family of Drapides until it reached Critias, a dialogue speaker in Critias, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's supposedly how it came to be. No, not Christian. Not Christian. Yeah. I wonder if there was ever like in Atlantis. You know what I mean?
I mean, I could not tell you of any. I mean, there's just we would have to get in contact with very professional like archaeologists or whatnot to get their input with Atlantis and stuff. Which I mean, honestly, they probably think that it's bullshit anyways. Dude, we gotta get. I would hope we could get Neil deGrasse Tyson and we can talk about Atlantis with him.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, so 94% of this continent is submerged. So it's not fully submerged, but basically it is rising above the water as of today. Some of the highest peaks and islands of this continent is how we're able to see it, and the only reason why we saw them was from our satellites. And that's probably why it took so long, because again, we never had a great technology 80 million years ago. No such thing as satellites. And so
yeah, no, that's fair.
That is astronomically, though, just stupidly retarded. From 80 million years ago to go from a stone pickaxe to a satellite, where apparently there's just more. It's not just we're not just stuck here on Earth. You know what I mean? Yeah,
no, I got you, man. So on the topic of like a map for Atlantis, technically there's no historically verified map, but you know what I mean?
You said what?
There's no historically verified map. Of not be able to historically verify that, I don't think. Like, okay. I don't think you'd really be able to do that, would you? You know what I mean? But supposedly, most well-known representation, my bad, of the map was created by this guy, Athanasius Kircher, in the 17th century. Now, Kircher's map was published in 1664, and it places Atlantis between Spain and America, and it's drawing inspiration from Plato's and alleged Egyptian sources.
Yeah. Okay, let's put the record on the table that we're not. Nothing that we're saying is factual. This is all speculation, theories, and whatever else you call them. Because again, there was no actual evidence of Atlantis. It's just a myth that just came to be.
Yeah. That's fair.
And speaking about the location, right? Atlantis is described as a circular island in the Atlantic, where Zealandia lies in the South Pacific. But here's where it gets strange. Zealandia was once above sea level. It was connected to the supercontinent Gondwana, and around 80 million years ago, it began to sink somehow, some way. Geologically, it's real, and yet it's invisible. So the supercontinent of Gondwana. Basically, I guess when the Earth was trying to shift and mash everything together as it is today, I think the Earth just happened to basically straight up eat the continent. It ate Atlantis. There we go. Problem solved. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, that's wild.
I mean, that's basically how, I guess, of what we learned from Pangea, you know, of how continents and how the Earth loves to move islands, and with earthquakes, I guess that's what happened.
Yeah, I guess so. There's a lot of curious things about history that we just have literally no clue.
Yes, indeed. So, here's the thing. Why did Zealandia sink, huh? It didn't just drop, suddenly like a stone. It gradually submerged due to a combination of tectonic, geological, and celestial processes over millions of years. So yeah, basically what I was talking about with earthquakes and stuff. Zealandia's continental crust is unusually thin, about 10 to 30 kilometers thick, compared to 30 to 50 kilometers for most continents. That's because during the split, the crust was stretched like taffy. As it thinned, it lost buoyancy, and it couldn't float anymore, as high on the mantle beneath it.
Interesting.
I mean, I guess, I don't know, it sounds like basically like literally the entire ocean just decided to take out that one continent out of every other islands that were around 80 million years ago. It just decided to take out that one specific one, and basically like a whole tsunami. I always thought tsunamis, when they actually hit the land and stuff, I actually always thought that it's basically the ocean eating the entire land, and now that half of land is basically underwater like Atlantis. But apparently that's not a thing. Apparently it's not a thing, because, you know, apparently after tsunamis, it goes away. Okay,
so that guy's old-ass map in 1664, or at least it was published. Okay. If you look at, like, just a regular Google image, the 8th continent, or Zealandia, the verified one that is verified, there is some striking similarity about some part. Kind of sus, bro.
Well, I love how when we try to talk, it's like Discord doesn't want you to talk, and so you go like, yeah, this map, and then I'm pretty sure you're not pausing, but on my end you're fucking pausing, and so basically Discord is just making it so that you go to the very end of your sentence. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, so the map that guy created in 1660 has striking similarities to just a regular Google image of Zealandia, which is a verified continent, like that exists.
Yeah, okay.
And it looks very similar. Like, just pull up an image and look at it. I'll pull up an image for you guys too, so it looks a lot.
Yes, whatever you found, send that to the editors.
Yeah, man.
Really?
They gotta definitely check this out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll check that out later on too.
I don't necessarily know if...
I actually thought that Atlantis, they say that it was like in the Mediterranean Sea, kind of where the...
Yeah, no, for sure. It's not necessarily
where the trench is and stuff, the biggest trench in the world.
Yeah, so I don't think the size, or not the size, but I'm not sure about the size. I don't think the location makes sense. But, right, hear me out. But, it's still possible. You know what I mean? Because we don't have any verified proof. You know what I mean? But it does look very similar. Like, it looks strikingly similar.
Yeah. And...
at least certain parts of it do. Maybe that's just like, what is it called? Yeah. But I don't think... Nah, man, that's just not it.
No, I mean, hey, what about a theory on Atlantis being in the Mariana Trench? Yeah, that's what I'm trying to fucking figure out. But, you know, I mean, of all the, like, possibilities and all the shifting land and everything that the Earth did, trying to basically form itself, I mean, it is
possible.
Damn possible that this is just Atlantis. I think scientists should just rename it and call it Atlantis. It would make everyone happy. But no, so yeah, honestly, there's just not really much information that we have
to go off of
on Zealandia. Yeah, we don't have much of as of right now. It is still a lot in the making, because this is still like very like pretty like recent, like 2015, 2017. I mean, I recently saw an article like a month or two ago, before even thinking about this podcasting idea, you know.
Yeah, no, that's fair, bro.
But hey, as of now, let's go. Let's. I say we should dive deep into our little puny brains of ours and just go deep into the mysteries of aliens and how that world and how UFOs just happen to come across us into like our minds. That's what I'm trying to get at. Into the introduction of aliens into our world. Like how was that? How did we get there?
How did aliens first become a thing?
Yeah.
Thing that people talked about. That's a pretty good question. It's a pretty good question. I think part of it stems from like ancient stories and stuff. Like, let's be real. What's like the first thing anybody heard of? Any humans, at least, heard about aliens, bro? Like, where did that even come from? The whole flying crafts thing and everything like that.
I mean, they say it could go all the way back to the Greeks and Romans. Thinkers like Domesticus and Ecopoxicus did speculate about the possibility of other worlds beyond Earth and even of inhabitants on those worlds, of capabilities of having alien-like creatures or human-like creatures, But it could even go even further than that. It could even go back to the beginning of the dawn of time, It may be the dinosaurs, but because the dinosaurs, they can't talk and they can't transcribe for shit for us. So yeah, what if that asteroid was really an alien? Oh damn, dude.
It was just an alien like, dude, what the heck are these things? Delete. Like, they were just like, yep, hit it with a reset. Like, that's crazy, bro.
No, like, actually though, like, what if the asteroid site they found from the dinosaurs, what if they found a piece of fragment from space, from a ship part that shouldn't have been there in that time period, Imagine that.
Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of crazy. In terms of, like, old stories in America pertaining to, like, aliens, I think there was something about a newspaper. Or actually, you know what? I think, no. Bro, Native Americans, they have the stories about sky people. And that's factual.
Oh, that's
they do have stories like that. They're very oral stories, though.
They were basically one of the first ever humans, of time,
Yeah, and like that one governor in 1639.
Oh yeah.
John Winthrop of Massachusetts Bay Colony. In his diary entry of March 1st in 1639.
Describes three men witnessing a strange light that moved rapidly through the night sky.
Yeah, a great light in the night.
No, yes, I know.
Near the Muddy River in Boston. Yeah. The light, which was initially described as being about 3 yards square, and it changed shape to resemble a swine and moved rapidly in the sky for several hours. Winthrop also noted that the men who were traveling in a boat were somehow transported a mile upstream, leading to speculation of possible abduction.
Wait, you said they would travel a mile offshore?
No. They moved Okay, so these men that were traveling in a boat were somehow transported a mile upstream without any memory of rowing or dropping anchor.
Oh.
That's what led to the speculation of possible abduction.
Yo, yeah, I think I remember hearing about that a while back too. Yeah, that is. I mean, everyone says that they. I wanna feel how being abducted feels, but by aliens, not by humans, but an alien. Like,
that's wild.
Look, we do not condone human trafficking, but aliens here, that's literally what they're doing. It's beyond human trafficking. It's human universal trafficking, galactical trafficking. Oh yeah,
bro, galactic traffic.
Yeah, what a term. It's so awful. Yeah, that's
galactic traffic. Yeah, that's pretty wild. Okay, so hear me out, right? The star people sky people, sky gods. The
Sky guy.
prevalent stories, or maybe even just oral history, of many indigenous cultures in North America, of course. They were often depicted as beings of celestial who have interacted with or even descended to Earth. Now, a lot of the stories often involve things of like creation, interbreeding with human population. But, you know, it is what it is. Who will be the judge, right? It's just oral history or stories. In some of those cultures, these beings are seen as ancestors or spiritual guides, while in others they're described as like extraterrestrial visitors with varying. Pretty interesting thing to think about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and so ancient texts, such as these from Sumer and Babylon, contain descriptions of celestial objects that could be interpreted as UFOs, but these are often seen as omens rather than sightings of extraterrestrial vehicles.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah,
The whole like
these two ancient like civilizations, basically they interpreted them.
so many tribes, like the Cree, Zuni, and Lakota, have stories of their ancestors stars or constellations, which that in itself is pretty crazy if you think about it. You know what I mean? Like, that's wild.
Oh, you said ancestors in the stars? Yeah.
Is that all you heard?
Whoa, no, that would be crazy, dude. What? It's just it's, so is that the answer of how life came to be? Right? Is that we can say ancestors from the Andromeda galaxy, because the Andromeda galaxy is the closest galaxy to us. So if they travel from there to here to start giving us birth and life, that I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, also, like, some of the stories describe star people as, like, benevolent beings who have aided humans with knowledge, medicine, or even rescued them from, like, danger. Now that's pretty good. That'd be a nice light to think of them in, if they do exist.
That's how human life formed, Dave?
I didn't say that's how human life formed, but, I mean, that could be an interpretation of what I said, yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
that would be a huge, that would be a ball-ass theory, because, I mean, how else did we come to be? Like, it is in our human minds since the dawn of time.
So, star people are sometimes described in stories as, like, benevolent beings who have aided humans with knowledge, but a lot of this is, like, tribal stories, oral history, maybe. There's nothing that we could do factually to attain any of this information. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, you're right. And speaking about this whole story, it I don't know why, but it was just coming into my mind about the Mel Waters situation. If you heard about that, where he had a hole. I'm not sure how big his hole was, but he found a hole on his piece of land, and I forgot what state this was. Kansas?
This was Washington.
Oh fuck.
This was Ellensburg, Washington.
Oh,
it's called Mels Hole.
That makes sense.
Yeah, the pit to nowhere.
Yeah, they have a whole show about that now too, with my boy Star of Thanos.
Does it actually have? No way, he's actually in it, bro. Are you serious?
Yeah. Wait, what's the Thanos guy name?
I think it's like a Seth Rogen.
What the fuck? Seth Rogen doesn't play.
Not Seth Rogen like that.
That'd be crazy.
He's not Thanos. Josh Brolin. Brolin.
Yes, him. Josh. My boy Josh. He stars in this Amazon original country style, like, basically it's not really about Mel's Hole really, but it basically has a bunch of related things from Mels Hole, and it's basically all about like a hole, but it's also about dimensions. Like this hole, if you fall in, you fall into another dimension. I know, man. It's an unconfidential show to keep up with, but Amazon, they're kind of assholes and retards, and they're like, nah, we're gonna end the show after 2 seasons. Like, well, there was supposed to be like 3 seasons and stuff, and Josh Brolin was like so upset with Amazon and stuff, cause like I haven't watched the whole show yet, cause I just couldn't really keep up with it, but.
Yeah.
They say that at the end of the season 2, they say that it was just like left on a cliffhanger. So, because every episode they leave off on a cliffhanger and stuff, but they didn't have a proper ending. Is what I'm trying to get at. It's pretty sad, but no. So basically, in the show though, the whole setup is basically Josh's son kills a guy, and how they accidentally kills a guy at a bar. And so how they clean it up is they literally take the body.
Yeah, I know what show you're talking about. I've seen this. My parents watched it long ago when I lived with them, yeah.
Yeah, Outer Banks. Yeah, Outer Range. Yeah, Outer Banks is a completely different show.
Bro.
But yeah, no, like, the hole in that show is basically how they described Mels Hole. And then the government gets involved with Mel, and they basically almost just paid him off and said, hey, this is our land now, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, no, it makes sense. Like, a hole that size would be just tremendously weird.
Wait.
Like, yeah, sure, the hole is that size, but is there more passages? Like, at the very bottom, is there, like, just a passage down there?
Right.
Like a tunnel of sorts?
Yeah, and no one could hear anything. Whatever they dropped down there, they couldn't hear shit. And basically,
it's too far.
Mel even said that he basically made it his own dumpster.
Yo, that's wild. Okay, come on, bro. Really? You're gonna find a mysterious hole and start throwing trash in it? This fucking guy.
Well, I mean...
Oh yeah, PG. This freaking guy.
But it's all good. We don't care about PG. No, I'm just kidding.
Yo, alright, bro. Alright. I mean, what we're talking about is pretty dark stuff. Dark, mysterious, cryptic, maybe. I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Like, but as far as I'm concerned, a dragon could have flown out of that hole at any moment.
If it really is 80,000 feet, yo, that's like actually wild.
That's what they supposedly say. I don't even know how they measure even that, dude. Because do we have technology to even discover the hole?
So Mel, claiming to have measured it with fishing line and a weight, yeah, it supposedly reached 80,000 feet. Bro, how are you getting 80,000 feet of fishing line? Come on, bro. You're not doing that. Ain't no way.
Oh, that's a lot of fishing poles he's buying. Oh, fishing lines, I should say.
Yeah. For sure, man. For sure. A lot of fishing line.
Isn't there like a camera that they shoved down there, and they just started rolling that camera as far as they could?
I don't know, man. That's a good idea. Attach it to like some fishing line. Just attach a camera and then just send it down there.
and can we actually make sure it's actually night vision? Make sure you get that night vision camera down there.
Should be like a creature down there.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, it's basically, what if this just leads to the core of the earth? Like, dog.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's true. That could be pretty crazy.
And something like that, I mean, yeah, it could be weak. A lot of people would think it's from an asteroid, but then once you get actual, like, smart people out there, if you will, if you actually get like professionals out there and stuff, they even claim that it wasn't from an asteroid. Before we go, like, the most modern sightings of everyone that we all know and love, and how basically this whole alien story really came to be, was from Kenneth Arnold. The Kenneth Arnold sighting back in 1947. The guy who was involved in the Roswell incident.
Yeah, sure. You can only hide something. You can only hide something to an extent. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Something crashed in the desert. They brought out the military, and there was a bunch of metallic objects scattered across this land.
Supposed weather balloon, and that was what they changed. Yeah. The original thing being a flying. For sure. Originally.
For sure, yeah. And I think one of the military officers there, I think they wanted to not cover it up, but they were like being forced to, like, shut the fuck up. They call it Project Mogul.
No, that's not the entire story.
A top secret operation using high altitude balloons to detect Soviet nuclear tests.
Sure.
Oh, that's the cover up. Because this was taking place during the Cold War too, so where World War III almost happened, and perhaps next time we can talk about World War III, aliens.
Yeah.
Until next time, though, the signals never sleep. We are antennas to deviate.